So high tier, once again, these are the subclasses I consider to be very good. They come together very well. First, I guess on the lower side of the high tier, I'm gonna have to go with Nevermore. Nevermore is pretty stacked when it comes to perks that you really want. Once again, has the base debilitating shots. Allows his lefty righty to apply those shots, which is very good. Has lingering pain, and does it have kneecapper? It does, yeah. So it has lingering pain and kneecapper. Has war cry perks for war cry, you know, well, derp. Redundant line. It has war cry perks for war cry. Anyway, so yeah, increases duration by 5 seconds, explosive rounds, which is pretty decent, I suppose. Not really a fan of it. I forget if it actually sets off for pains. I think it does, but you know, I don't remember everything, so I apologize about that one. Whereas Lefty is a pretty awesome one, so it helps to use pistols. I'm not going to get into builds, but you can do some pretty awesome stuff with this ability right here. So use pistols, reduce cooldown of your lefty righty by a second for every elimination. That's pretty goddamn awesome. Not much to say about it. Then bang pound makes it explosive. Now I know for certain this definitely sets off throw pains, so that's something that you know, you gotta kind of look out for, and also wax it. I'm like kind of low materials, I guess, because he does have that issue of making things go boom and then boom in your towers. I'm saying not your towers, your tunnels, and I guess your towers too if you do build towers, right? So all around, man, awesome perks. Not much to say about it, and this is a lot what you see in high tier too. Is you'll see somebody who just brings all the perks together to make something pretty awesome. Now this one is something that a lot of people don't like, but to me, I've tried it, and even when my tech wasn't super high, Master Grenadier is something which is pretty awesome. You throw grenades, massive AoE, probably like one of the best ranged AoE abilities out there. It's freaking awesome. It does what it needs to do, right? So if you look at it now, here's like, I guess one really bad thing, and maybe something to consider of maybe why you would put it in mid tier or not like it at all. It only has debilitating shots, right? Oh, I guess I don't know why I call it she only has debilitating shots, right? So there's no lingering pain, no kneecapper. Once again, very subjective, but I feel like the AoE she brings is pretty amazing and definitely worth it, right? So it's all grenade perks. That's all there's to say about it. Like, you know, rucksack, then you have freaking grenade damage. You have freaking pull the pin, reduces the cost of frag grenades by 30. Need it for freaking rucksack. Once again, it's like, I feel like this isn't very useful if you don't have that reduction to energy cost. Increases radius of frag grenade by 35%. This one, I'm not really feeling. Once again, it's not perfect, but yeah, not feeling that one. Cluster bomb, keep out. Basically all grenade perks make your grenades super good, right? She works. I'm sorry, she does. Now the next one is Cobalt Commando. You know, I absolutely love him. He is my favorite hero. You see, he's actually my currently selected hero, and to me the most badass hero out there. Now what he does is he's the jack of all trades, right? In a way. So what he does is all his abilities are absolutely great. So if we look at it, right, he has lingering pain, you know, once again, awesome. Lefty righty applies debilitating shots. Nice, but it'd be nicer if it had like kneecap, which he doesn't. That's like his one big flaw. Now, this is where it gets to me become pretty freaking amazing, right? So Shockwave, and then he has the best Shockwave perk, in my opinion. Increases the increase the radius of Shockwave by 50%. Now, if you don't know, that's pretty large right there. That's pretty big, especially for a ability. And Shockwave by itself does a massive amount of energy damage. Allows you to go ahead and clear waves very nicely. So lefty righty applies affliction or causes affliction to enemies dealing damage over 3 seconds. Not a big fan of that right there, but you know, it does help. It's not that it's not effective, it's just something of where I usually try to kill things before, you know, the affliction really kills them. So beyond that, reduce cooldown, The 2 perks you really want with Shockwave. That's what makes him awesome. 2 perks you want with Shockwave, he's got it. Reduce cooldown, increase radius, boom, you're done. That's all Shockwave needs as far as like, you know, perks in the game. Moving past that, Frag Grenade gets Keep Out, which is probably the biggest grenade upgrade there is. Leaves a AoE effect on the ground for enemies to walk over and take damage over time as they walk through it. Zip Zap really makes the lefty righty for Carbide extremely good. Projectiles bounce off the surfaces. There's some amazing things you can do. You can go ahead and trap a mini boss in a little 1x1 and absolutely destroy it. Unless of course it's trap vulnerable, then you want to use traps, but regardless, Zip Zap makes the lefty righty so unique and so very good. And besides that too, I mean, come on man, he looks awesome too. Look at him. Freaking the best full evolution there is. When I say full evolution, I mean all the way up to level 50, he will evolve his cosmetics as you evolve him. So yeah, you know, obviously I'm a fanboy, but I can't really rank Carbide any higher than what it is now, I feel like, especially when the next one is Raider, which, you know, some will say Raider deserves to be above. Actually, I don't think many would say that. I think this is a good position for Raider. Raider is an awesome, and I mean absolutely amazing, awesome subclass, shotgun subclass. Really one of the few weapon specialists for soldier we have. Like, there's not really anybody who focuses as much on a weapon as Raider when it comes to soldiers. So it is premier shotgun class, right? So increase shotgun damage by 24%. Survivalist, not really a fan still, but it's there. You know, what can you do? Perfect engineering, not really feeling that one once again, don't care for it. This one works out pretty well. I Love You Reload is a pretty awesome perk, and this one increases critical hit damage by 70%. Now, I try not to get into builds, but with this one, you definitely want to go ahead and run a second Raider for the support bonus, which is giving you critical rating, which, you know, crit chance, crit damage. You can't do crit chance without crit damage, right? Crit chance, if you have a 100% crit chance, maybe not the best example, right? Let's go into it. If you have a 100% crit chance and, like, you know, an additional 20% crit damage, well then what's the point, right? I mean, you need additional crit damage to actually make crit rating useful. Once again, like, kind of a bad example, but you get the point though, hopefully. So, and crit damage, it doesn't matter if you hit for 1,000 extra, you know, crit damage, if the crit chance is like 5%, it's pointless. So you need both to go ahead and cut it short and sweet, right? So moving on, War Cry, which is always helpful. No perks for it to actually make it better, but it's there. Kneecapper, but no lingering pain is actually a good setup, because with that, you know, you don't have to apply additional shots, but it makes it 27%, which is pretty good, you know. It's not 45, but the shotgun Kneecapper is better than lingering pain, so I'm glad they actually did that. Flak Vest is very good, especially since you're gonna be close range. It's one of the better survivability perks out there, so definitely a good all-around perk set, right? And then we're gonna go ahead and start getting into, might as well say, the goddesses of, like, you know, freaking soldiers. Kind of funny. You'll see what I mean, because they're all females, right, as a base. So special forces, you know, we have the legendary edition or the limited edition special forces, but if we go down, we can actually see the OG is going to be special forces Banshee, right? So looking at this fine sister right here, you can see that debilitating shots was your base stuff. You got assault damage, very good. Recoil, very good. You see why too. Usually I don't really care about reduction of recoil, but it does work for what she does. So moving on, increases duration War Cry by 5 seconds, you know, very good for War Cry. Increases low speed by a base 30%, no conditions. I talked about this earlier. That's why we love her, right? Okay, moving on, freaking leadership reduces the cooldown of War Cry by 30 seconds. Amazing perk, right? Reduction of 30 seconds to a cooldown. is going to be a massive uptime boost, right? Going Commando, which is pretty decent, you know, it's whatever. And increase the capacity for weapons by 40%. And this one, Fight or Flight, increases Warcry damage done by 10% and movement speed by 10% also. So she comes together to be very, very awesome as far as, like, you know, perks go. And that's all there is to it. She focuses on, I guess you could say, Warcry in a way, along with some assault damage. So she brings just all around great perks that come together to make you a DPS monster too. So definitely love to Special Forces for being an awesome hero. And then the last two is First Shot and Urban Assault, which they're very, very close, and they're both goddesses in their own right. And I'll tell you basically the difference, you know. So First Shot Rio, Assault Warcry, awesome, right? Debilitating shots, locked in, reloaded. After reloading, rate of fire is increased by 25 for 5 seconds. Now, that's something to may pay attention to right there. Increased duration, once again, awesome perk. First Assault, the first bullet fired after reloading the rifle critically hits enemies. This one, I honestly don't care too much for, but it's not exactly a bad perk, just one I don't really find myself caring for most of the time. Generally, if I have a crit weapon, it has like at least a 40% crit chance, so I'm not really caring too much for, like, you know, this extra guaranteed hit on just one bullet. It works pretty well with the freaking Oh Betsy, but that's really about it. So moving on past that, and also in addition to, it's only on assault rifles. But moving on, at a pinch, we talked about it. Strictly worse than just a flat 30%. Increases rate of fire from locked and loaded to 20. I'm sorry, not to 25. By 25 for 50%. So moving back up after reloading, you get 50% rate of fire, which is pretty insane when you think about it. All right, you get Kneecapper. I think that she, you know, she doesn't have lingering pain actually. Wow. I didn't really think about that. So also last one, we have Blitz, move 25% faster and gain energy 10% quicker for the duration of Warcry. So very similar to Special Forces, and you can see why these three are on top, right? You're seeing kind of a thing when it comes to these three, but there's one that's absolutely overpowered and almost into their own, you can say, freaking goddess tier, and that is Urban Assault. Of course, you have, once again, Skull Trooper Jonesy, that is an Urban Assault. You have Sledgehammer, which is an Urban Assault, but the OG one is Headhunter right over here. So you can see she has debilitating shots. God, how many times in this video will I mess up that word? Debilitating shots, lingering pain, steady aim, reduces recoil, increases reload speed by 30%. And this is also why I said that Rescue Trooper is played slow and just basically stuck under the boot of Urban Assault, because if you're looking for a weapon specialist, Urban Assault does it so much better. And this is where we get into, like, you know, the whole why it's broken, right? So First Shot Rio, you have to go ahead and reload, and you get, you know, additional fire rate off that reload for a set amount of time. Urban Assault with Make It Rain and Rain Faster gets 50% rate of fire, or you could say fire rate, sorry. Either one works. That's not the point. So you can get 50% rate of fire by simply landing a headshot. That's all you have to do. That's the only condition right there. And that is simply a broken and such an easy condition to meet. Which reloading is pretty easy too, obviously. You know, you press a button, but the thing is that reloading is kind of a different setup, right? Headshots are natural, they're easy in this game. It's not exactly difficult. Reloading gives you, like, you know, downtime. You have to go ahead and not be able to fire for that amount of time, and things can interrupt that loading too. So there's a lot that can happen when it comes to reloading. Just simply put, headshotting is a much better condition than reloading. So moving on, we have frag grenades and the best grenade perk. Once again, keep out. and you know, you have the kneecapper and lingering pain. So that right there is the reason why Urban Assault is the best soldier out there. Don't at me. I mean, trust me, I wish she would kind of get nerfed. I mean, just saying, like, you know, y'all want to go ahead and burn me at the stake for that one, but until she does, I don't really see. I mean, and also this too, it's like, not even if they bring out a better soldier, right? Sure, they can go ahead and bring out a better soldier, but the issue with that one is, you know, you're still gonna have this chick keeping a whole lot of other classes under her boot because she's just that damn good. So thank you for watching. As always, you can go ahead and catch me live on twitch.tv/GoFrenzy, Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff. It will be down in the description. I'll try to remember to put the tier list in the description, so if you want to check it out there, you can go ahead and look at it. This is once again pre-Halloween 2018, so if there is some significant changes, I will try to put out a new video or simply update this one with a new video too. So you can go ahead and stay up to date on the best soldiers in the game. And if you want to ask about ninjas, outlanders, or constructors, which constructors will take some time because I have to go ahead and actually play that class right there. I generally don't play constructors. So if you did watch the whole video and you want to see a particular breakdown of outlanders or whatever, just go ahead and let me know in the comments what you want to see a tier list of. We can do heroes, weapons. I'm going to try to get this out, and also maybe hopefully get some builds out there for y'all so you know what to run with these very good soldiers. Alright, so peace out, take it easy, hopefully enjoy your day, night, evening, whatever it may be, and I'll hopefully see you next time.